and welcome to Bradley the Singing Chef. So, the last recipe you saw from me was my spicy Bolognese sauce, and I'm going to use that today to make my version of a semi-spicy lasagna, one of my favorite go-to dishes for a crowd. So let's get started. I have my Bolognese sauce over here. I made that yesterday and I let it sit overnight just to let the flavors of the sauce just continue to meld together. I think for some reason, especially any kind of red sauce, Bolognese sauce, the next day it's even better than the first day. So let's get started on building our lasagna. The first thing I need to do is create one of the layers that is going to be added into this lasagna, and that is my ricotta cheese layer. I've got a 15-ounce container of ricotta cheese here that I'm going to put into a bowl. Every last bit of it. Get all of that out of there into my mixing bowl. Great. To that, I'm going to add some eggs. I've got 2 large eggs here. I'm just going to quickly crack into a bowl. And just do with a fork a quick pierce of the yolks and a scramble. Pop that into my mixing bowl as well. All right, put these shells in this bowl for trash later. Now I have some grated Parmesan cheese that is also going to go into this ricotta mixture. And I'm going to put a third of a cup, maybe a little bit more, of Parm into this mixture as well. Then I'm going to season the mixture because I want every layer of this lasagna to have some seasoning, so a pretty good pinch of salt and a pretty good pinch of ground black pepper. Then I got a whisk, and I'm just going to try to combine all the ricotta and egg and Parmesan cheese. You may have to go slow at first, but then eventually it's going to blend together into a beautiful smooth mixture for your lasagna. Tap my whisk to get everything out of the whisk and into the bowl. All right. I'm going to clean up my hands and I'll be right back to assemble. All right, hands are all clean. Let's start assembling this bad boy. Okay, first thing I'm going to do that I forgot to say in this mixture, I'm going to do a slight drizzle of olive oil into the ricotta mixture just to loosen it up a little bit. Doesn't take a lot. That fat will help loosen up that mixture a little bit. Perfect. Just that drizzle made it perfect. All right, so I have my spicy Bolognese sauce here, a container that's been sitting overnight. It may have a little bit of condensation, so I just want to get everything mixed in so that everything is nice, incorporated. Cool. So the Bolognese sauce is the first thing that's going to go down here in my lasagna pan. If you heard that beep in the background, that is my oven that I've been preheating. I'm preheating it to 375 degrees, so you might want to make sure you do that as well. All right, put a little dollop or 2 of your sauce and just spread it all over the base of your dish. Awesome. Get it all around there. That is looking good. All right, so that is mini layer number 1. Okay, so let's talk about lasagna noodles. You can, of course, buy the lasagna noodles that you need to boil in salted boiling water. Get those nice and drained and have those standing by for the building of this. But one of my favorite things in the world that now exists are oven-ready lasagna noodles. They come in your pasta section, check them out. They look just like this, right? So they look like a hard lasagna noodle. But what you can do is you can put these directly into the lasagna, and during the cooking time, the liquid that releases within the lasagna actually helps cook the noodles while the lasagna is happening. No boiling required, one less pot to wash. I'm all about it. So that's what we're gonna use today. I'm gonna take these noodles and I'm going to lay them horizontally across my pan in a single layer. In a 13 by 9 pan, which is what I'm using, it's probably gonna take about 4 to get you all the way across. If they overlap a little bit, that's okay. Won't hurt a thing. Okay, now to that, I'm gonna add another layer of my sauce on top. Great. Spread that all around, all over the noodles. There we go. And then I am ready for the ricotta cheese mixture that we made earlier. Dollop, dollop, and spread that around all over the top of the sauce layer. A little bit more on this side. Great. To that, I know I've already added Parmesan cheese to the ricotta mixture, but I'm just going to do an added sprinkle of Parm. And then the other layer is going to be mozzarella cheese. This is the ooey gooey that everybody wants in a lasagna. So you got to give it to them, right? So, mozzarella cheese layer all over. Shredded mozz. Love it. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then we just start the process over again with another layer noodles. Take about 4 of these to go across again. 1, 2, 3. Nice and tucked in there. 4. Add some sauce. Oh, I missed. There we go. Spread the sauce around on top of those noodles. Just mash it with your spoon, back side of it. Should get it nice and distributed. Go. And onto the ricotta mixture again. Nice good dollop. That should finish up the ricotta. So get every bit out of that mixing bowl. Mixture. Spread your ricotta cheese all around. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. This looks good and it's not even cooked yet, guys. Perfect. Another sprinkle of Parm. Another layer of mozzarella. Yes. Beautiful. All right, so the last layer that I'm gonna add, I'm gonna do another layer of my noodles. well, I say last layer, last 7 layers, I should say. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm gonna take those and press everything in the pan down. That's gonna spread out to the sides of your pan. Perfect. Then I'm gonna do a last layer of sauce. That should take the rest of this container, I believe. Get that sauce spread all over. Now, if you actually expose a little bit of these noodles, I'm not mad about it, because those noodles combined with the final cheese layer that we are going to put on this kind of crisp up at the end of this process, and I think that's a great thing for texture anyway. All right, that's my last layer of sauce. Now I'm going to do just a quick sprinkle of parm over the top, and then I have both mozzarella and provolone mix. This is the last of the mozzarella that I was using, so just a quick sprinkle of that. And then I have this other bag of shredded mozzarella and provolone mix. Mozzarella, though it is ooey and gooey, doesn't have the most flavor. Provolone adds some. So I'm gonna make sure that I get all of this covered in cheesy goodness. Oh yeah, it's gonna be amazing. All the way to the edge, because you know those crispy edges of cheese on a lasagna? I am begging for the piece that has that. So that's why I want to put all this cheese all over the top to make sure that there's some crispy cheese goodness. Alrighty. Now, we are going to take aluminum foil and cover this entire dish pretty well, and bake it at 375 for about 45 minutes. After that 45 minutes, you're going to take the foil off for another 10 to 15 minutes just to get golden color on the top of all of that cheesy goodness that is on that top layer. I'm going to pop this in the oven, and I'll see you when it's finished. Hey y'all, we are back, and oh my goodness, this kitchen smells bonkers amazing. I took my foil off of the lasagna at the 45-minute mark. I let it go for another 15 in the oven to crisp up the top a little bit, and then I took it out and I let it sit for another 10 to 15 minutes so that hopefully everything kind of gels together so that you can get out slices of the lasagna. But I gotta show you this thing. It is a beautiful sight to behold. Look at those layers in there. And that gorgeous lasagna. Cannot wait to dig in. All right, so here we go. Little square. My spatula. Guys, I don't think I'm prepared. This looks so good. Not ready. Look at this plate of goodness. I mean, come on. That is beautiful. Going in. Just a little taste here. Oh, yeah. That's amazing. First of all, you've got to go back and watch the video to make this Bolognese sauce. The package of hot Italian sausage that I got has quite a kick to it. If you don't like hot Italian sausage, get mild. That's perfectly fine if you don't want so much of a kick. But this one definitely has a kick. And the creaminess of that ricotta layer, the perfectly cooked noodles that are still al dente, this is the deal, y'all. You've got to try this lasagna recipe. Thank you so much for joining me today on Bradley the Singing Chef. I hope that your bellies will be filled with this. Eat well, love always. Bon appetit, y'all.